bringing the people behind our food to life.
Hey guys.
I can't do that buckle.
You can't. Our family unit, there's me and my husband Stephen, and our three girls are Susie, Beth, and Shelby, and their ages 9, 6, and 3. Stephen and I both work for the public school system. Bills, 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 and magazines. Okay. It's a kind of a back and forth thing. Sometimes we have plenty of money to feed our family, and sometimes we don't. Everybody good? We used to be on food stamps before because I was the one working, and Stephen was the at-home parent for many years, actually. And with that limited amount of income, we qualified for food stamps. And we always had money for food, even if we didn't have money for other things. And then this year, it seems like the financial pressures have been tightening. We do have some credit card debt that we've been dealing with. And it just seemed like, we're never getting ahead. We need some more money. We need another income to kind of make things happen. So we decided Stephen was going to look for work too. And he found work as a bus driver, a school bus driver, and which is great. And we found a child care provider in the neighborhood who's been great. And so he started working. But once we had a few paychecks under our belts and we had to submit our report to the food stamps people, we found out we didn't qualify for food stamps anymore. We gained some income by him going to work, but then we lost $300 on the food stamps every month. And we lost money to child care because he was working. So we still come out a little bit ahead, but somehow it never seems that way.
That's the answer.
Potato.
Potato.
We get by a lot with beans and rice and things like that because it's cheap. But I think it was the end of December, we got to a point where we had just run out of money. We had budgeted for a tight Christmas and everything, but our bills had gotten to the point we had an extra big water bill, we had an extra big heating bill, and our savings were gone. Over the Christmas holidays, we don't work because we're in the school systems. We don't get a paid vacation for that or anything. So January is always really tight for us, and we try to plan ahead for that. Like I said, we had a little money in savings, but it got gradually used up over the fall. Oh, and then Stephen got a paycheck. This was really interesting. He got a paycheck because he went in for one day during the Christmas holidays for training, and he got paid for that. But when he picked up his paycheck, it was for $1 and something because they took out all the rest for taxes and union dues. And so that was like we were depending on that paycheck to give us at least a little bit of money to go to the store and get something, and it was $1 and something. So that really sucked. We had some like rice and things in the house, but we didn't have any vegetables or beans or things, to go with the rice. So I thought, well, I'll give it a try. I'll go to the food pantry. They've probably got canned goods, whatever. So I called the food pantry number first to make sure it was still happening and find out all the details of when to go and what to bring and everything. And it was a recorded message because it's at a church and they don't have someone to answer the phone all the time. I found out they're open on Saturdays, which is good. That's one thing, is a lot of food banks and such are not open on Saturday. You have to go on a weekday during the day. So if you're an actual working person, that doesn't work very well to say, I need to take time off work to go get some food from the food pantry. I don't think so. I got my stuff together, went down there, and there's a huge line. Okay, I understand that. I know there's a lot of problems with food, so that was not a surprise. There's a huge line, but when I went to find out what to do as a first-time person, What I was told is they only take 10 new families each time that they're open. So since I needed food right then, I couldn't wait another week to get something. That really didn't work for me. And I became very upset and walked away and drove home and was very upset and typed it all out on my blog because I couldn't believe it. That, you know, here I was in need of emergency food and I couldn't get any. The food situation is really screwed up. I wasn't going to write about this, but oh well. I just went to the local food pantry because that's where we are right now. We don't have any money left for food this week. This one is at least open on Saturdays. Many aren't. People just don't know. I mean, it's not something that people want to talk about. I didn't want to talk about it at first. Obviously, I didn't go out and say, I need help. I need some food. I don't have any, because I was embarrassed about it. And so I'm sure, you know, when people do go to get help, they don't want to talk about it. They don't want to tell everybody that they went to the food pantry. We hear about on the news that, you know, the food banks are running low. They need more food. You don't hear about people getting turned away. We don't hear about that.
Why don't you eat some beans?